Good morning, everybody. How's it going? Let's see. All right, I'm on my way to go see President Trump. Today's February 19th in Phoenix, Arizona. Just drove in from Avondale, 20-minute drive. And President Trump doesn't start speaking till 7 o'clock. I don't think doors open until 3. But people started camping out last night, and I decided that I wanted to make sure I got a seat. Thought it'd be a good day to do some live streams, talk to some people, interview some people. And so I'm on my way right now. It's 6:24, and the Coliseum is right up here around the corner. And I thought I'd go ahead and live stream and show everybody what it's like going to a Trump rally. All right. So I haven't been on here in a while, in a week or so. Yeah, it's going to be packed. Every Trump rally is. It's like a sold out concert, only there's no band. It's just the president speaking. And maybe I should have started this after I got there, but I thought it'd be cool to do this as I'm getting there, going in the parking lot, see what the traffic looks like more than 12 hours before the speech starts. So I'm obviously taking a day off from work today. Let's see, this thing said 1.2 miles. All right. Oh, there's the Coliseum right there. So this is where, whoa. Oh, some railroad tracks here. Hopefully a train doesn't come through. Unless it's a Trump train. Oh, I guess it isn't too big of a deal. These guys behind me are parked right on it. Yeah, so I haven't been on live streaming a lot lately. I've been just trying to work, keep busy, trying to figure out how I'm going to pay the bills this month. Finances still getting attacked. I haven't sold one thing on OfferUp. Recently I've had 20, 30 people message me about stuff and then never show up at the house. Anyway, it's a long story, but it's not normal. So anyway, just been trying to keep busy. On Saturday, I hosted the Phoenix area QAnon group meeting, which, if some of you are targeted into that, if some of you that watch my channel are targeted individuals, okay, was I supposed to turn right there? That line is really long. All right, this line of cars right here is ridiculous. That looks like the line I'm supposed to be in. Access restricted. parking, 20th and Macon. Okay, here's the line I'm supposed to be in. Wow, there's already a huge line of cars here. Trump fans don't mess around. They're not this early. The rally does not start until 7 o'clock, and people have started camping out last night. I don't think they opened the parking lot until 6 a.m. Oh, we've got people over here with their tent set up, selling Trump flags, Trump shirts. Kinda. Still dark. Yeah, it's still dark 30 here. So anyway, like I was saying, I hosted the Phoenix area QAnon group meeting at my house. Being targeted for so long, inviting, well, 11 people showed up. We had 12 total, including me. And inviting that many people into your house when you're a targeted individual and people are constantly trying to set you up, it's kind of a sketchy feeling. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and just go ahead and take chances. So I decided to host the meeting at my house. Everybody showed up, and let's roll this up. And we had a good meeting. There were, I finally felt like I had a group of people that I could have a conversation with that didn't look at me like I was crazy or stare through me like a million-mile stare, glazing off into infinity while I was trying to explain things to them. I learned some things from some people that I didn't know. I met some really good people. There was we had a college professor. We had a pilot. One of my favorite things, I haven't been able to connect with many people that so I'm just listening to these guys up here. They're talking about where to park and stuff. I haven't been able to connect with many people in the military, let alone people in the Air Force. And there was actually a former Air Force guy. There was a maintenance guy. Maintenance. They're the guys that they they're like jet mechanics. They work on the jets to keep the fighter jets going. Well, any of the airplanes in the Air Force to keep those going. This guy was a flight line guy, and when I was a firefighter, the firefighters and maintenance, we would always be working together. We would be on the flight line all the time. We worked hand in hand. We would deploy together, and had an Air Force guy show up, and I got to speak some Air Force lingo, and it's been a long time, and it just felt great. We had to stop the conversation and explain what we were talking about to a couple people, what an AOR is and what a TDY is and what this and that, because I could just see them looking at us like, what language are these guys speaking? So that was nice. Um, so yeah, so that went good. I didn't get a bad vibe from, uh, we'll just say almost everybody there was great. I had one person tell me a couple things that I was like, what? What are you trying to tell me? But other than that, great meeting. So, and actually, QAnon shared a really great video last night. If you go to QAnon.pub, QANON.pub, and just check out the links, check out the posts, the video that they shared last night about the being a former Air Force journalist after I was a firefighter. I started to see exactly what the Mockingbird media was. We worked directly with news outlets, and I started questioning, hey guys, why did this happen and we're reporting this? Why aren't we putting, why aren't we putting all this real news out? Oh, go take pictures of kids at Family Day, stuff like that. And I learned that there was a law changed that said that the United States government could use propaganda against the American citizens. And I thought, whoa, hold on. We swore an oath to uphold the Constitution and protect our citizens. Why would we lie to them? And I kind of got the same response. And not too long after I started butting heads with the powers that be, I was out of there after really close to 15 years. And now we all know about Project Mockingbird, Operation Mockingbird, and we know that that was very, very well organized lies. So now I'm here to see the guy that is trying to end that. And I'm thankful to be one of the digital soldiers, basically, that have given up everything to get the real news out to people, to report what's going on to people. Hey, Trump hoodie. That guy's probably Secret Service. He's a Hispanic guy wearing a Trump hoodie. All right, buddy. All right, and this guy, we got local lurker on a bike with a leaf blower. He's probably just going to work. He's got his sack lunch, he's got his leaf blower, got his hoodie on. Let's see, I need to check this. Somebody said, might I suggest Trump supporters do more to reach out to minorities? Depending on where you live, if you're white, you're a minority. I don't really like that word, minority. I've been the minority in several places that I've lived. All ethnicities are going to be here today. You'll see that actually when I talk to people. There are groups called Latinos for Trump, Latinas for Trump. Blexit, B-L-E-X-I-T, is black exit from the Democratic Party. They realized that the real KKK wasn't in the Republican Party, but started in the Democratic Party. And actually, you know what? Most of these people here, well, I shouldn't say most. A lot of the people here never had a party, didn't care about politics until Trump, and they realized this guy isn't a politician, he's a businessman, and he's a leader, and he's somebody that we can finally identify with. First time in our life. So we're going to support this guy. Oh, got cars making U-turns here. All right, you guys go ahead. Whoa, everybody go for it. Let's see. Does this guy want to go? Somebody said, I don't know the stat. Latino and black support for Trump is at a record high. Absolutely. Yeah. There's literally the highest rate of employment for black and Hispanic citizens in history. And a lot of people want to say that Trump is racist, which is... So there's a thing called transference. And I learned this while being targeted. It's a psychological tactic. It's a tactic that psychopathic and sociopathic narcissists use against their enemies, basically. What they do is they commit crimes, and before the enemy that they're committing the crime against has time to figure out who it was, what happened to him, they blame the enemy for the crime that they've committed. These people that say they support different ethnicities, that actually want to use those different ethnicities as slaves and for votes, they went ahead and blamed Trump for being racist because he's enforcing illegal immigration regardless of what ethnicity you are. We just happen to have more illegal immigration from Mexico than other countries. But they went ahead and blamed him ahead of time. And now we're all seeing what's really going on, and that's why Trump has so much support with different ethnicities. It's not too exciting watching the cars in front of me. All right, this dude's on his bike with a can holder on his bike. I don't think people are going to be drinking out here. Okay, when people say that Trump is involved in gang stalking, so we've learned that the Department of Homeland Security was weaponized. The head of Homeland Security is Janet Napolitano. Gang stalking has been around for way longer than Trump. In federally funded weaponized systems, things take a long time to change. There are still tons of Obama holdovers that are still working in positions that are protected under classified designations, like the FISA court, where I believe a lot of this is hidden. And if a lot of that information is hidden, then certain programs can be presented to the president in national security meetings that make what they're doing sound like, oh, this is just for protection, this is for this is for that. And he wouldn't get the entire story in a security briefing, like safe neighborhoods, stuff like that. So I think one of the reasons that some of this is still going on, which it has decreased dramatically for me, the instances of what I've gone through, what I've explained over the last 500 videos, it's gone down dramatically. I can't think of another word to use. And Trump actually, in his speeches, has talked about tactics that are being used against the American people that are the same tactics that the Nazis used. Uh, there have been multiple Q drops that refer to exactly the targeting that a lot of us have gone through. These things take time. The government is such a huge organism. It's so compartmentalized. It's such a big thing that this kind of drastic change in the government is similar to the ocean changing temperature when seasons change. The ocean is so big that when summer gets here, the water just doesn't get cold immediately. It doesn't get cold until after summer's over. So that's how the government operates. For change in government, it takes forever. There's so much paperwork and red tape. Yeah, red tape. That's paperwork. Bureaucracy. Just throwing words out here. Everything is convoluted. There are people fighting to keep some of these systems in place, and they're lying their face off to keep those systems in place, saying, "Oh, this is good. This is good. This is for national security." Well, meanwhile, a lot of the techniques and tactics are being hid in classified, compartmentalized USAPs, unacknowledged special access programs. Some people just call them special access programs. Well, there's both. But I've heard that term used around me. I lost track how many times when I was in the Air Force, and I never even knew what it meant. There were so many acronyms being thrown around, but I heard USAP. Lost track. A couple times I'm pretty sure they were referring to me as the USAP. But that's all in the past. So things are going to take time to change. Let's see, why hasn't anybody been arrested if Q actually works? Why do the bad guys get away with so much massive evil? Because it's such a huge thing. And people have been arrested. They're going after a lot of the like the ground level, the lower level perpetrators. There have been more arrests for human trafficking in the last 3 years than in decades. Check out Executive Order 13818. Just look it up. Signed in December of 2017. That executive order is the executive order that enables them to go after this mass corruption and trafficking and seize the assets of anyone involved. So that's the executive order that makes all of this possible. And declassifying the FISA court, the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, is what's going to basically bring down the house of cards, in my opinion. And you know what? If we get down the road in the future and this never pans out, I'll go ahead and say, you know what? I took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. I thought that this was all going to work this way, but after 3 years of research and putting my heart and soul into trying to figure out what the hell is going on, that's the most plausible conclusion that I can come up with. Well, let's see, this lady's directing traffic. Doing good? Okay, no problem. Morning. Why'd she stop me? Oh, because there were people. All right. All right. Sun's starting to come up here. We've got. Here, we'll roll down the windows here. Somebody just asked if anybody has brought up microwave attack of the president, and if not, why? He is so closely watched, and everything that he says is twisted and manipulated. And again, the microwave attacks are probably something that is highly classified in an unacknowledged special access program, USAP, and it's still considered a matter of national security. So say the president divulges information about something that's national security, whether he's helping us or not, they're going to slam him for leaking classified information. So it's quite the conundrum. I know he's trying to help us. I know he's doing his best. This is just something that is going to take longer than a lot of us want to wait for. I understand. I want this to end as much as anyone else. I've lost everything in my life going through this. I might not be able to pay my bills this month because of the attacks that I've been through, the residual from the attacks that I've been through. Somebody asked if I believe in the New World Order. Yeah, I believe they exist. This gang stalking program and the organized harassment is global. It's all around the world. Listen to Amazing Polly. She's getting some of it. She doesn't call herself a targeted individual, but she's experiencing some of the same stuff that I have, for sure. All right, I've got the news over here. Let's see, we've got. Let's see, I'm just in line here. I don't know where to go. All right, maybe I'll follow the people with the Trump flags up here. We've got police shaking some locals down out here. Low battery already? Yeah. Oh, that guy's, huh? Looked like the feds were checking that guy. Feds and the local PD. Guy tried to walk through that car just now. Can't walk through cars, buddy. All right, tons of booths out here. People selling Trump gear. Oh. I'm sorry? Oh, I gotta save my money. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
I gotta
Here's a card. I'm live streaming right now. You can check out my website. All right. That's what I'm spending my money on. If you check it out, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you. All right. Arizona State Fairgrounds. So this is where the Phoenix Suns used to play, I believe. Parking is $10. Yeah. Just stay right here in this middle lane. Everybody's got their MAGA hats on. Right. Morning.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how you doing? Thank you. Have a great day. Look at this, nice and orderly. Everybody's being friendly. Nobody's honking at each other. Got the Secret Service over here. Haven't seen those guys in a while. Oh, here goes the guy with the wall suit. I've seen this guy. Unless they just sell those suits everywhere now. Yeah, the Secret Service actually. So I've spent some time with those guys before. When I worked for the fire department in Fresno, California, at the 144th Fighter Wing, the uh, Air Force One came in and landed at uh, on our flight line. I think 3 different times while I was there. I was on duty twice, and the Secret Service would come in and use our fire department as their command post. We had a big classroom where we did all of our training, and they would come in and set all their computers up, their huge network where they communicated with everyone to protect the president. Uh, we were all interviewed by the Secret Service. All of us in the fire department that were on duty that night. Hey, buddy. And for that shift, we would do a 48-hour shift. The Secret Service would come in, take us into the alarm room. The alarm room's like the dispatch room where we got all of our calls for our emergencies and stuff like that. Take us in one at a time, close the door, sit down with us in a chair facing face to face with the Secret Service agent, and they would give us a series of questions, ask us a bunch of different things about how we feel about the government and the president, even though a lot of us had secret and top secret clearances and stuff like that. It was not a friendly meeting. It was a get down to business. We need to know if you're okay to be here. And yeah, and then after the meeting, everything was fine. And basically spent 2 days in the fire department with those guys. Got to talk to some of them. Got to see the vehicles that they drove, the weapons that they carried, a lot of different stuff like that. The C5s that brought in all of the president's vehicles, etc., etc. So that was, let's see, Bush and Obama. This So far, I have seen just about every different ethnicity you can think of here wearing Trump gear. It's in real life, it's nothing like what you see on the mainstream news. All right, these guys are waving me down this way. Yes, sir. Morning.
No, you're gonna bum me, Andy. No, I can do. So you know what it is? Look, that'll work out perfect.
No problem. Whoa, don't back into me, big dog. Oh. Am I parking right here behind this guy? All right. Look at this guy's truck, awesome. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and get all my gear here. You gotta check this. Gotta check this truck out before I pack it up. Hey, I'm live streaming. I'm just showing everybody your truck here.
Fantastic. God bless America.
Right on.
Lock her up.
My people are here.
Lock her up.
Lock her up right there. Right there. Will she be the first to be indicted? I think Obama will, but
What about Pelosi? Where's she going?
well, right there with them. Cellmates. Socialism sucks. Absolutely. Maxine Waters, all these people, they can all go to Gitmo. Good job, buddy. Love your truck.
Fantastic. Thank you, sir.
All right.
God bless America.
God bless America.
You're
Absolutely.
live streaming?
Yeah, yeah. All right, everybody. I need to get all my gear here and get ready to go in. Got a Patriot right here.
Here, we have a message for America here. This is the band that does patriotic rock music, and they have a smashing rendition of Our Star Spangled Banner. Share them with your friends of all colors, male, female, young and old, rich and poor, and remind them this is God's nation and our nation. And as citizens, we cannot allow ourselves to be separated by race, gender, and money. That is cheap. We are all first class. We are Americans.
Absolutely.
God bless America.
How awesome that this is the first guy that I ran into here. Things happen for a reason. No coincidences. All right, everybody. I'll see you in a little bit. I'm going to get my chair and head in there, and I'll get back on there in a little bit. All right. Talk to you later.
$29.99 right out the wall.